Okay, audience. Okay, thank you friends for coming to my speech about Estonia. So to start, 13-year-old you and me were probably really into hanging out with our friends and keeping up with the coolest trends and just overall like trying to be cool. But the reality is for thousands of others, including my grandparents, they were preparing to get on a tiny ship and escape the country that they were from. And that country is Estonia. And so we're going to get into a little bit of the history and the uniqueness of Estonia and what makes it such a cool country. So the four of us often refer to our university as the Belmont Bubble and say that we're like sheltered from a lot of things and from a lot of the rest of the world. So I think you guys are going to find this speech really interesting to learn about something completely new and to learn why I am so proud of where I am from. Being that I'm half Estonian and have dual citizenship there and feel deeply connected to my heritage, I think that you will find the content of this speech to explain why I'm so proud of where I come from. Today I'd like to discuss the history of Estonia and the uniqueness of the nation. So this is a picture of the main city in Estonia, the capital, Tallinn, and this is during sunset, so it's a really beautiful picture. So first, the rich history of Estonia. Just for some context, I'll pass this around after so you can get a better idea of how close it is, since it's not on a big screen. Estonia is this little country right here, so it's left of Russia and is one of the Baltic nations. This is the flag, and in 1940, according to BBC, Estonia was under Russian and Soviet occupation, and there was severe abuse as shown in this picture, and they were denied any sort of like national identity and were suppressed as a nation and as a people group. And the only sense of independence that they had was Laulupidu, which is a song festival that we'll go into a little more later. So in 1991, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, Estonia gained independence as a nation, and this was on August 20th and is now a very celebrated holiday in Estonia. And my family celebrates it, and many Estonians all around the world celebrate it as a really huge holiday. The Laulupidu continues and is actually celebrating its 150th year this year in July. And then in 2006, in May of 2006, Estonia joined the European Union. And there is some continued aggression from Russia, like different war things, and there's just some different aggression that still continues today. As you can see, this is some of the pride in Estonia with the flag and people feeling really proud of where they're from. These are the huge stands, and there's tons and tons of people in the back of those pictures. So the uniqueness of Estonia as a nation, there's some pictures that show the city square and just the beauty that it has and the different colors and things. And it is the perfect mix of big city mixed with a lot of vast countryside. And there's actually only 3 cities in the nation that have a population of more than 500 people. And those 2 cities are Tartu, Tallinn, and Narva. And there are also a ton of national parks and nature reserves. So while it does have the influence of major cities and like really happening areas, there's also a ton of things that they've like kept the nature to be a big part of the country. And it even has over 1,500 islands, which is a really cool thing. And that's actually more than Greece has. And they're really neat. You can like take ferries to them for the day. Or there's little bridges you can go over to them, and when we visited, it was just like a really neat part of it, and each one kind of had their own identity and own culture, even among just the islands. So the Laulupidu Song Festival is a 3-day event, and it hosts over 100,000 people, and it has people from all over the country, but also all over the world. It's a huge event, and it happens once every 5 years. And the reason why it's so significant to Estonians is it's the one event or thing that they could have when they were under the occupation of other nations. And so it was just a really cool thing for them throughout all that time that they still had this like one event that they could all connect on, and it made them still feel like somewhat of an independent country. And I've been to it before, and it's like just a really incredible event, and it's super humbling because people are so proud of where they're from. So this kind of shows how many people are at the event, and this huge arch or arc is where all the singers are at, and I have family members that have sang in it. My cousin was in it last time, and so it's just like this really huge event. And then this is what the people wear, so it's these really traditional costumes. A lot of my family members have those and wear them today for like Estonian events and stuff, and so it's just a really beautiful event. So thank you for listening to my speech and the rich history and uniqueness of Estonia. You guys know how proud I am of Estonia, and so I challenge you guys to discover where you're from and what makes your nation such a great nation.